Welcome to this week's Throwback Thursday episode of the Patient Attraction Podcast. This classic podcast episode I'd like to revisit today explains 3 important numbers that are critical to implant and complex dentistry. Now, although these stats relate to sales, it's very clear how dentists can apply them to patients that are wanting implant and complex and large elective case dentistry. Hey, Colin, receiver here again. Today is Monday, March 10th. And today, if you're a dentist that's looking for more big case cosmetic and implant dentistry, I'm going to tell you how to capture them. Stay tuned. Some interesting research that recently came out that pertains directly to those trying to sell big case, elective case implant and cosmetic dentistry is that 70% of the buyer's decision to buy is done before the prospect ever steps foot in your door or calls you. Another interesting part of this same study is that in the past 5 years, the sales process, the sales length of time that it takes a prospect to get to the point that they're ready to buy has increased 22%. 22% due to more people being involved in the decision-making process, as well as the barrage of ads and messages that people are inundated with on a daily basis. I think the last number I saw was people receive something like 6,000 different advertising messages on a daily basis. The even more interesting third statistic that came out is that 79% of marketing leads are never converted into patients because of ineffective nurturing. And I can't tell you how many dental offices I step into, and they have absolutely no follow-up implemented with people coming to their website with, simple things such as retargeting of ads online, automatic follow-up, such as what you can do through Infusionsoft, or even follow-up with patients that have come in for treatment. Simple things such as sending thank you cards and messages out in the mail. Follow-up is one of the strongest, most powerful things that you can do in your dental practice if you want to take these prospects and move them through your sales funnel, which is 22% longer than it was 5 years ago. And who knows how much longer it was 5 years ago than it was 20 years ago, exponentially with all the messages that we're inundated with on a daily basis. With 70% of the buying decision made before that prospect ever steps foot into your office, you have to ask yourself, how are these prospects making a buying decision? Now, in a past episode, I talked about what decisions were important, what criteria were important to consumers. And 36% said that they looked at your website, and 36% said that they searched your name on Google to find out more about you. So they're looking online. Google has released that 97% of people go online to find a local service or to find out who can help them in their market area. What you have to realize is that whether you're doing offline or online marketing, people are going to your website in both cases to validate and learn about who you are. You send out a postcard in the mail, you have a magazine or a direct mail card or a newspaper, magazine, billboard, TV, radio. They're going to your website to find out more about you, to see if they like you, to check you out. 20 years ago, dentists tell us that patients would come in for these consults and they'd get to know them and they'd check them out and see what they're about. In today's market, patients don't have the time and they don't want to come in and interview the doctor. They want to sit at home on their living room, probably in their underwear on a Sunday afternoon, and make the decision on who's going to be their dentist without ever leaving their house. And, this data that we've been getting in from all these surveys and studies recently has been overwhelmingly confirming all this that we've been preaching for the past 10 years. People are lazy. They have digital attention deficit disorder. They want to click, 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 and get the answers they need. And if you don't have a website that is selling people, and I don't mean talking about how great your credentials are and how great continuing education and how this awesome technology you have in your office. I mean truly setting you apart, humanizing your office, starting the relationship, capturing their information so you can stay in front of these prospects with Infusionsoft and Aweber and Constant Contact and all these different systems that are out there. If your online marketing and marketing in general isn't based around a system, you've got cracks that are developing everywhere, not because you're doing anything different than you did 10 years ago, but because the world around you is changing. And you've got to keep up with these changes if you want to continue to attract the types of patients that you want. So until next time, keep moving forward.